You may think you've heard it all about behind-the-scenes hookups and secret affairs, but nothing, we mean nothing, comes close to this. In an exclusive, tear-filled live stream that has gone viral, Erica looked straight into the camera, with trembling lips and fire in her eyes, and said the words no one ever expected. I was in a secret relationship with Mendes. The internet went crazy instantly, but that wasn't the start of this shocking turn of events that has left fans completely stunned. Last but not least, Erica wasn't finished. Because what she revealed next didn't just upset the table, it turned it completely upside down. According to Erica, not only were they secretly in love, but she also had his child. A child kept in the dark. While fans frantically tried to piece together the timeline and celebrities started to weigh in with cryptic posts, the drama only got worse. Yandi was left in the dark about all of this. Mendes was concealing a whole second. Family, and why? Erica Mena's words echoed like an explosion that had been subtly building in the background for years. I was in a relationship with him, Erica confessed in a trembling voice. We were serious. We had a baby. I'm not hiding it anymore. Enough is enough. Did Erica choose to reveal the truth now? The internet erupted in chaos the moment she dropped the bombshell. Fans who had been following every move of Erica, Mendes, and Yandi were left speechless trying to process what they had just heard. The truth was far messier than anyone could have imagined. This wasn't ordinary drama, not a simple feud between two women over a man, but a revelation of betrayal, secrets, and hidden lives that rocked the very foundation of reality television. No one saw it coming. But suddenly, all the past seasons of Love and Hip Hop began to make sense. The little moments, strange looks, late-night phone calls, and hidden tension, they had all been signs. The story started long before this scandalous live stream. According to Erica, during the lowest points of his on and off relationship with Yandi, a man who had always been in the spotlight found comfort in her. She said it started innocently, two people finding solace in each other's company during turbulent times. Erica explained in a soft but determined voice, "We just clicked. It was supposed to be just friends, but one thing led to another, and soon we were more than that." The relationship began in secret, over phone calls, texts, and late-night rendezvous where the cameras couldn't catch them. Erica's anguish over her breakup with Safari was still fresh, and Mendes' legal battles threatened to destroy his world. In their vulnerability, they found each other. But it wasn't just casual conversation. As time went on, things became more intense. Erica says Mendes confided in her that things with Yandi were essentially over. He would frequently say, "I'm done with her." I wanted to believe him, she said, her eyes welling with tears. He told me he loved me. He made me feel like I was the one he wanted. At first, she didn't want to believe him, but he was convincing, telling her that his bond with Yandi was nothing but a public charade. He even promised her he was going to step away from the relationship, make a clean break, and that they were destined to be together. But it was all a lie, or at least that's what Erica believes now. They carried on their affair behind closed doors. Erica says there were even intimate moments hidden from both Yandi and the public. However, when Erica learned she was pregnant, everything changed. She was scared and unsure of what to do. Her fear wasn't just about being pregnant. It was about the consequences. She didn't want to be involved in the drama. When she told Mendes, however, his reaction startled her. He didn't panic. Instead, he said, "Don't worry, we'll make this work." For a brief moment, everything seemed to be going well. Mendes supported her, even accompanied her to doctor's appointments. Erica felt as though she was living in a bubble, believing the man she had fallen for was finally stepping up. But the bubble burst when she saw Mendes and Yandi on a red carpet together, grinning for the cameras like nothing had happened. Erica was left heartbroken. "He simply forgot about us," she said bitterly. "He returned to Yandi as if I didn't exist, as if our baby didn't exist." At that point, Erica started to wonder if Mendes had ever truly cared about her. If he'd been honest, why would he return to Yandi so quickly? The betrayal was painful, not just because of the man she loved, but because of the family he had built with Yandi. Erica claimed Yandi had always suspected something, And one day, she confronted her. But the confrontation wasn't what anyone expected. She showed up at my door, Erica remembered, her voice shaking. She wasn't yelling. She just looked at me and said, "I knew, I always knew. You think I didn't see it." Erica was stunned by her calmness. Yandi told her, "I knew he'd do this, but I didn't think you would be part of it." Yandi didn't react with fury. It was a resigned, bitter acknowledgement. She warned Erica, "If this gets out, it'll destroy everything. Him, the kids, everything we've built." The secret remained buried, hidden beneath family photos, social media posts, and public appearances. When Erica's baby was born, Mendes showed up, briefly. He held the baby, kissed his forehead, and then vanished again, she said. I didn't hear from him for weeks. On Love and Hip Hop, both women kept up appearances, smiling in front of the cameras, pretending everything was fine. But Erica had enough. "I'm not hiding anymore. We are not hiding anymore," she declared. Her confession sent shockwaves through social media, fans, celebrities, and gossip sites all exploding with theories, reactions, and rage. Years of secrets came crashing down. Yet one question lingered. How would Yandi respond? Her silence was loud, deafening. Then finally, Yandi broke it with a cryptic Instagram statement. "There's always more to the story than what's being told. The truth will come out when it's meant to. The only thing that matters now is my family and our future." Fans were left in disbelief. Did this validate Erica's claims? Or was it an attempt to deflect? Meanwhile, Mendes said nothing. Then a twist emerged. An anonymous source leaked a recorded conversation between Mendes and Yandi. In it, Mendes reportedly said, "I never meant for it to go this far. I made a mistake. But it's done now. I don't want to lose everything because of it." Yandi's voice responded coldly. "I know you did what you did. But I'm not playing these games with you anymore. You've already lost me. And you've lost her too. There's no turning back from this." The leak sent shockwaves through the industry. Was this the final nail in the coffin of one of reality TV's most complicated love triangles? Or just the beginning of a deeper unraveling? Unquestionable proof revealed that Mendes had known about the situation all along. It wasn't just a minor slip-up, but an ongoing affair that had lasted far longer than anyone expected. Everyone was upset when Yandi found out about Malik's fallout, and the worst part was that people started picking sides. Some defended Yandi, claiming she had every right to be upset and that she was only trying to protect her family. Others sided with Erica, accusing Mendes of using both women for his own gain and manipulating them for years without facing any real consequences. Finally, just when it seemed like the world was split, Mendes broke his silence. But his words only made matters worse. Mendes addressed the scandal in a video posted to his Instagram account. Rather than apologizing or making a heartfelt statement, he was defensive and dismissive. "People don't understand what it's like," he said in a flat tone. "It's easy to judge from the outside, but you don't know the real story. I've made mistakes, but I've also tried to fix them. I'm not perfect, and neither are any of us." Fans were furious and felt deceived, not only by his statements but also by the silence that followed. The tension between Yandi and Erica Mena was at an all-time high, and social media was ablaze with emotional reactions. Yandi's fans fiercely defended her, while Erica's supporters applauded her for finally speaking her truth. However, the real question was, what would happen to Erica next? Mimi's lack of accountability seemed to deflect responsibility, as though the entire situation was just something to be swept under the rug. "I'm not doing this for the likes, the comments, or the attention," Erica said firmly. "I'm doing this for my son. He deserves the truth, just like I do." By revealing the hidden relationship, it was about taking back control of her life and the narrative that had been written for her. She wasn't just a victim in this story. She was a woman who had taken charge. And now she was determined to make sure her child would not be erased from the story, no matter how much Yandi or Mendes tried to hide the truth. In this high-stakes drama, the question now was whether Mendes and Yandi would finally face the consequences of their actions. or if they would continue to live in denial and try to maintain a picture-perfect family image while the cracks in their facade widened. The fallout from Mendes' video was swift and unforgiving. Fans who had previously been undecided were now taking sides with a vengeance. What began as a whispered rumor had grown into a full-fledged media frenzy. And through it all, Erica remained firm, unrepentant for her choice to come forward with the truth. But even as she gained support, she now faced new challenges. The most important question on everyone's mind: would Mendes and Yandi finally come clean? Or would they keep lying, hoping the storm would pass? For Erica, it wasn't just about the truth anymore. She had seen it happen to others, but this time she wasn't just an outsider. She was in the center of the scandal, and she knew it would make or break her. "I've spent my life being afraid of losing love, losing trust, and losing respect. But I'm not doing that anymore," Erica stated in one of her interviews. She wasn't the same woman who had entered the scene all those years ago, naive and full of hope. Instead, she had become a force to be reckoned with. And those who tried to bring her down were about to see just how strong she really was. Meanwhile, Mendes' silence had become intolerable. After his initial video, he didn't post anything else, not even a tweet or an update. One fan tweeted, "He messed up and now he's acting like he didn't. He can't even stand up and take accountability. If he really loved Erica, he'd step up for his son. But instead, he's hiding behind Yandi's skirts." It seemed like he was hiding on Instagram, trying to figure out how to handle the mess he had created. But it was becoming obvious that the longer he remained silent, the more people started to lose respect for him. After the affair revelation, Mendes stayed silent. Fans demanded answers, and the pressure only increased. Whether he liked it or not, he had become the villain in this story. However, in the midst of all the chaos, Yandi's next move shocked everyone. Instead of publicly confronting Erica or speaking to the media, Yandi went into damage control mode. She posted a series of photos of her family, including her children and Mendes'. The captions were vague but emotionally charged, stating, "Family is everything. I'll fight for my family no matter what." It was clear that Yandi was trying to project strength, showing that she was standing tall and defending her family, in spite of everything that had surfaced. However, the response from her fans was far from supportive. Many saw it as an attempt to cover up the truth and pretend nothing had happened. One follower commented, "How can you say family is everything? When your husband betrayed you like this, he betrayed both of you." Now the tension between Yandi and Erica was undeniable. It was no longer just a fight for Mendes' affection. It was a fight for the truth. The media, the fans, and everyone watching wanted to know, who would come clean first? Would Yandi admit she knew about the affair? Would Mendes finally take responsibility? But the drama didn't end there. The scandal started to impact other relationships on the show. Friends of Mendes and Yandi began to feel the fallout too. During a particularly tense reunion episode, the cast sat together, and the burning question was raised. Who knew what? And when? It wasn't just directed at Erica or Mendes, but at everyone who had seen the cracks in the relationship. Those who knew Erica and Mendes were involved and chose to stay silent. Some cast members distanced themselves. Others showed support for Erica. Some stayed loyal to Yandi. The room was silent, the tension palpable. Yandi avoided eye contact. She had heard the rumors and knew what people were saying about her, but she wasn't about to let anyone back her into a corner. "I don't owe anyone an explanation," she said in a low, firm voice. But Erica wasn't done. "What happens behind closed doors is between me and my husband," Yandi continued. "I've been through a lot, and I'll keep fighting for my family." Erica turned to face her and said, louder and more certain than ever, "You know what happened. You know what Mendes did. Don't act like you didn't see the signs. Don't act like this is all a surprise. I'm done protecting him. It's time for you to face the truth." The exchange was intense. The tension was thick. You could feel the weight of the moment. But just as it seemed like something would finally break, cut. The cameras stopped rolling, and fans were left wondering what would happen next. Mendes' silence became deafening. He didn't respond to Yandi's emotional posts or Erica's revelations. He He simply vanished from the public eye. Would he wait for the storm to pass? Or had he lost everything? Would Yandi finally admit the truth? Would Mendes step up and make things right? Or would Erica's revelation be the last word in this agonizing saga? Arrived during an emotional reunion special on love and hip-hop, all the tension that had been building beneath the surface came to a head. Sensing the intensity of the situation, the host asked the group to address the elephant in the room. "It's time for everyone to speak your truth," he said. "Mendes, Yandi, Erica, this has been a long and difficult journey for everyone involved. But it's time for closure. The public deserves to know where you all stand." The audience was on the edge of their seats, and for a brief moment, the anticipation was hanging in the air. Then everything went silent, and Mendes, who had been avoiding the cameras for weeks, stood up. His face was exhausted, and his eyes were downcast as he started to speak. "I've made mistakes," Mendes acknowledged in an honest tone. "I failed both of these women, and I hurt people. I didn't own up to it. I wasn't the man I was supposed to be." Before continuing, he paused to take a big breath. "Yandi, Erica, I apologize. I should have told you both the truth from the start, but instead I tried to hide everything. I was selfish, and for that, I'm truly sorry." The audience fell silent. Although the apology was long overdue, it was a moment of clarity for everyone as Mendes' words hung in the air. For the first time in months, the real shock, however, came when Yandi spoke next. For weeks, she had been silent while the drama played out around her, but this time she wasn't hiding. Her voice was steady but full of emotion as she addressed the camera. "It's not just about Mendes," Yandi said. "It's about me. I've been through a lot, and I've allowed people to hurt me." The tension in the room was high. For the first time, both Mendes and Yandi acknowledged their roles in the mess they had created. "I remained silent because I didn't want to be the villain, and I didn't want to air our dirty laundry, but it's time to stop pretending and stop protecting the lies." Her eyes locked with Mendes's. "We both made mistakes. I'm not proud of how I handled things, but I'm not the only one who was hurt in this, and I'm not the only one who had to deal with the consequences. I spent years hiding in the shadows, fearing that if the truth came out,